Hello, everybody. It's Bill's that college football guy. Back with another video. New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'm here working New Year's Eve. And they're trying to figure out where I'm going to be getting my next load at. But that's not what you clicked on the video for to find out what the heck I'm doing. You saw the title. Sunbelt planning on Texas State leaving? Conference USA adding? Oh, okay. Rumor and innuendo. No fact showing anything right now. Then again, everything in realignment is rumor and innuendo until the damn thing clicks, right? So here's what I got. People I've talked to. We all know about the back channel communications, which I love that idea. Like back channel communications. Yeah, basically means is that a booster from one university talked to a booster of the other university, either at a restaurant, in the clubhouse, on the golf course. And as I've been told so many times, a lot of business gets done on the golf course, and a lot of things get accomplished on the golf course, and not a damn thing has to do with golf. So basically what's been going on here is that, rumoredly, allegedly, people from the Sunbelt are doing due diligence. They're hearing the fact that Texas State has allegedly, rumoredly, been having back channel communications with the Pac-12 about possibly leaving. Nothing official yet. So rumoredly, you get the point here. Texas State talked to some of their school member schools, that there's someone to get them to talk to some of their donors to find out about certain other schools who are interested in coming in. And what I had thought was true, I heard rumor, and I'm thinking, okay, this maybe makes sense, was even though Sam Houston State told the Mountain West no, their Sunbelt's going to still try if the Texas State leaves, because it's basically in the same market. They're near Houston versus Austin, San Antonio for Texas State, but it's in that part of the state. So it'd be closer to Louisiana Tech, not close to Louisiana Tech, but close to Louisiana Monroe and everybody else. So it fits in the footprint. So Sam Houston State is a candidate for that they're doing back channel communications with. They're going to be talking to someone with the Falwells about Liberty. They're going to the one that got me, I expected, was someone from FIU down in Coral Gables was getting contacted. So that doesn't surprise me either. What did surprise me, because I'm not far from campus now, is someone at Middle Tennessee State got contacted, and someone in the back channels with someone at Bowling Green, which is Western Kentucky. I'm thinking they're doing their due diligence. See, Middle Tennessee State and Western Kentucky, for me, I didn't mention this when I did my realignment video a couple of days last week, that for them, rumored to be going to the Sun Belt, for me, is kind of funny, because they both left the Sun Belt. Middle Tennessee State left, last season was 2012. They went in Conference USA in 2013. Western Kentucky's last season was 2013. They left for Conference USA in 2014, because at that point in time, the Sun Belt was the lowest paid conference, the lowest paid G5. They were the lowest paid. My, how times have changed. They lost Western Kentucky. They lost all these schools to Conference USA. So what they do, they added Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, and Georgia Southern. I think it's worked out for them. So they're doing their due diligence to find someone to go into there. Now, one thing that I brought it up on X, and I'll bring up if you want to follow me on X, because I get stuff that doesn't show up in videos, or before it shows in videos, it goes up on X. If you want to follow that, the link will be in the description. I'll mention that again at the end of the video. But Conference USA, remember they said we're not adding anybody? Well, they're doing due diligence in the background with FCS schools. 3 I know of would be basically replacements in markets for schools that leave. One is the one I didn't hear of, which is fan-driven. If you're on X, you know about it. So, why? First off, why is nobody adding anybody? Right? Why is UC Davis got brought up Mountain West? Why they aren't bringing in football? Why this? Why that? Why is North Dakota State being brought in? It's the 2-year waiting period. It's all this. First off, there's not a 2-year waiting period. There is, but there isn't. And everybody says, oh, you can't play in FBS. You have to wait 2 years. No, that's not true, because James Madison proved it. Remember James Madison? They announced in 2021 that they would be joining the Sunbelt for the 2024 season, because that's their 2 years, 22 and 23. Well, everybody remembers they were in the Sunbelt last year. At one point, we're 10-0. So they were allowed to join and make the money, but it came with a price. You were ineligible for the college football playoff, you were ineligible for a conference championship, and you were ineligible for a bowl game. So they could go. They were 10-0. Should have gone to a bowl game, but they didn't. Why? Because they were ineligible. They were still in transition. So you can move up within 1 year. You're just ineligible for the postseason. That's all it is. You can play a 12-game schedule at the level, make the money, but you can't play in the postseason that year. So you can move up in 1 year. So that means schools like North Dakota State could move up. But why aren't they? Why wasn't UC Davis brought up as a whole? Oh, football isn't anything. I went to a couple people I know, and I said, is this because they don't have enough stuff, or is it because nobody wants to do anything to jeopardize the House settlement? Because that's the only thing I can think of, is everything else makes sense, except this. Why isn't it happening? Unless everybody's so damn paranoid that the powers that be said don't add anybody from FCS until the House settlement is finalized. Now, if something happens between now and that settlement, where an FCS school gets brought up to FBS in football, okay, we know that. That's not the case. But if FCS settlement is finalized and all of a sudden all these schools come in, we know what it was. We don't know for sure right now, but for me, the House settlement seems like the only thing that'd be holding this back. Because there's schools that could be ready to go now that aren't. Haven't even announced. Not even for the 2-year transition, haven't even announced yet. So take that with what you will. But right now, Conference USA is doing their due diligence in the background. They've looked at 3 schools' replacements. One of them, turns out, another conference is looking at as a replacement. It wouldn't be a replacement in Conference USA, they'd be an expansion. New state. School I'm referring to is Illinois State, the Redbirds. Or is the Redhawks? I can't remember which one it was. They were 10-4 this past year. I know that. They win ball games. If the MAC loses Northern Illinois, we're considering adding them. But there's also the consideration they're still doing is what was rumored a while back, that, I don't know, it's still rumored in innuendo, that they were going to try to see if UConn was interested in being a football only. If that actually happens, that's because of ESPN, to me. Because ESPN gets the MAC to take the football. That means UConn basketball can go to the Big 12 or the ACC. That's the only reason. If UConn football ends up there, you know basketball is going somewhere. So take that for what you will. But Illinois State is looked at as a replacement for Northern Illinois in the MAC, so that way they still keep the state. Conference USA is also looking at them. They're also looking at replacement schools. If Western Kentucky leaves, they're looking at, ironically, Eastern Kentucky. And the one I thought was going to make the move up to FBS a while back, but because Middle Tennessee State's still there, they're not. If Middle Tennessee State goes to the Sunbelt, they're going to look at Austin Peay. And Austin Peay is a damn good program at the FCS level, and they could do very, very well. And they didn't bring him up because literally Murfreesboro, where Middle Tennessee State is an hour east of Nashville, and Austin Peay is about 45 minutes north of Nashville. So they're literally in the same area, so it wouldn't make any sense. But with that happening, Austin Peay is a candidate for Conference USA expansion, rumoredly, back channels. Have I heard about anybody else for Conference USA? Right now, no. Someone put out the crazy idea that Florida A&M would be if FIU left. No. No HBCUs coming to Conference USA. So get that thought out. At least not right now. Jacksonville State, I don't know. I got told that right now, no. But they want to expand into, replace the areas in the footprint they have in the East and everything else. Now, the fan-driven one is Sacramento State. Like, huh? People blowing up. I'm hearing it's from Miami Sacramento State fans. I'm hearing some from New Mexico State. That Sac State wants to go. There's people who are literally, some of the fans are pressuring them if they can't get in, since they can't get in the Mountain West because UC Davis is there. The Pac-12 doesn't want them. They're pushing them to get into Conference USA right now. And I'm like, they're not taking you. You don't do anything right now. If you came in that far west, it'd be a football only, if at all. Because you go in is ESPN's decision. The Conference USA has nothing to do with it. Because if ESPN is not willing to pay for you, the rest of the schools are not taking $100,000 because they only make, what, $800, $900K a year in Conference USA. They make peanuts. Actually, not even peanuts. Peanut shells, to be more accurate. If Conference USA, if ESPN not pay for them, Conference USA schools are going to take $100,000 a year pay cut of what absolutely microscopic money they have to bring you in. They're not doing it. But the fan, I'm saying this is fan-driven. Zero proof of anything. No substantial rumors. It's all fan-driven. But I want to get this out because I want to say this. Was Sacramento State is a football only to the Conference USA, and because the Big West lost Hawaii and UC Davis, their Olympic sports would go into the Big West. Which is, aren't they already there? Sac stands, let me know how this everything stands. You want to clarify me on something that I'm wrong at, but do I think this is going to happen? No. I've told them online, but fan short of fanatic, stay in the Big Sky. Don't move. Stay where you are. Do not leave anywhere. Stay. Because you're going to build your facilities, get all the programs, because it's more than just having football, more than just having NIL money. You have to have you have to have all of the facilities. You have to have the manpower. You have to have enough athletic programs to qualify. I think it's 16 programs you have to have in FBS. Certain number of men, certain number of women's. You have to have those in place and running to apply, or at least have them in place to start when applying. If you don't have that, or the infrastructure for it, they're not going to let you do it. You have to have a certain number of requirements. You have to check the boxes. And right now, I don't see it. So, I get why the fans are doing it. All this hype, all this stuff, and they're saying no. Pac-12 saying they're not going to add anybody now. That doesn't mean they're not going to add anybody later. House settlement gets done. Pac-12 doesn't want to be at 8 schools. They want to be at 9 or 10. Guess what? You have an odds-on shot at being 9 or 10. But they're so hell-bent on getting them a conference now. Like, why don't you wait? Otherwise, you have to pay the buyout fee from this conference just to move over here. Like the Pac-12 doesn't have enough bad blood. Because you'd be poaching schools from the Big West and Conference USA. And as for the New Mexico State fans, got mad at me, getting mad at everybody who's saying the fact that you're not going to the Mountain West, not right now. And they go, why? We have this, we have value. They're not adding 2 schools in the same media market. They're not doing it. They have UTEP. They don't. You're both. The Las Cruces, El Paso is the same media market. They already have one. They don't need the other. Just like they got UC Davis, they don't need Sacramento State because it's the same media market. So I get it, but it's a mess. So let me check this here. I memorized most of this stuff, but basically nobody's really doing anything right now FCS wise, but all the conferences that plan on adding schools, MAC being one, Conference USA being the big one. Like I've said before, Conference USA changed their name to FCS USA because all they do is FCS schools. But that's me talking because they got Missouri State and Delaware coming up in this upcoming season. They're going to be in. Oh, I'm going to clear up one other thing. This is just an add-on thing I just thought up here. I mentioned this before to get a reaction. Didn't get a reaction. Norfolk State, HBCU, FCS school, hires Michael Vick. Delaware State, HBCU, hires Deshaun Jackson. Eddie George, HBCU coach. Deion Sanders was. Ed Reed, the Florida A&M debacle. Trying to get former NFL players in. Why? Is it trying to move up? No, to get the dollars in. Is it potentially to move up? I mean, I would love it if we could pull off, if somehow they could pull it off. And here's the one thing that is a very wild rumor. I'm going to leave it at this and not follow it up, just to see your reaction to it. That somebody proposed, which this is. Would the HBCUs, if the Super League happens, all those schools leave, there's a vacant spot at FBS level with the G5, which the HBCUs as a whole move up. The SWAC, would they move up? I don't think so. I don't think they have the facilities to meet FBS requirements. They're fantastic right where they're at. But they may have a different plan that we don't know about. But why don't you let me know about all of this craziness down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash that like button. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms. Let YouTube know, hey, this video is, people like this video. We need to promote it more. And I greatly appreciate that. If you did, comment on the video. Sunbelt adding teams. Back channel communications, what do you think about that? The Conference USA editions, rumoredly. All these are rumors. Sac State fans thinking they should go to Conference USA instead of staying in the Big Sky, because the Pac-12 and the Mountain West have basically told them no unofficially. SWAC schools, HBCUs moving up. Let me know about all that in the comments. I mean, it's the HBCU things. I just heard that a little before I got on here, and somebody put out there, and I'm like, no, this is just to draw dollars in to get money into the university. That's what it is for. And for promotion. Are they trying for something else? Maybe. I mean, maybe if they change the rules for on there, could the SWAC, like since UAC, the United Athletic Conference, which was the merger proposed with the WAC and the Atlantic Sun, that their football schools were going to combine together. And that merger fell apart because they got a media evaluation and it was less than Conference USA, so they ixnayed the deal. But it got preliminary approval from the NCAA, provided everybody paid all schools and the conferences complete all paperwork and paid all fees. Could the SWAC move up as a whole to get the dollars up? I don't see it, and let me know what you think about it in the comments. Share the video if you want to. If you haven't done already, first off, I owe a very big thank you to everybody, all my regular subscribers. Last video I did exploded for me. Now for the bigger YouTubers, hey, I'm a very, 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 very small YouTuber. Was at 683 fans. Knew that number because it wasn't that big of a on there. Now I go on there, it's just up, 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 up. crack 700. You know, hey, 30 subscribers in a 48-hour period for a channel this small is big. But thank you all of you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all of you. If you like this video, check out some other ones I've done. We've got more stuff going on. I got more stuff coming in the pipeline. But if you haven't done yet, check them out. If you like it, hey, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's just joined the channel. Thank you so much for doing so. I'll continue to push out the content for you. Like I said before and earlier in the video, if you want to follow me on X, where I do put stuff out before it gets on the channel, the link will be in the description. So again, thanks everybody. One note I had here was this was another thing that came up here. I just realized was on the bottom of the page and I forgot about it. Why am I doing realignment with the championship games? Everybody and their mother is doing bowl predictions and replays and everything else. I've seen 300 channels doing it. Why don't I do something that nobody else is doing? For something different that you guys enjoy. And turns out that's working. Don't be a sheep. Don't play follow the leader. Start your own path. It may be, and I'm being wrong, but whatever. But that's what's going on here. And I got he asked me about it. How many more videos you got? Like, all the regular YouTubers, the ones who do college football on a yearly basis, you have your videos you do. Man, the wind's picking up. Have the videos you do during the season. Because season content's easy. When you're starting in this part of the year and then you get in the off season, it's hard because nothing's happening. And I've got a spiral notebook I have where I have ideas for videos. And I've thought of them during the year, but I didn't use them during the year. Because I can use them in the off season. Because that's when I'm going to need content because there's nothing going on. But now with realignment, with the coaching carousel, with the transfer portal, with this new subdivision, with the... Is it a deadline? Is it a deadline? Is it an opt-in? Is it an opt-out? The February deal with the ACC. Remember they posting rumor leaking opt out of the deal, all that crazy garbage? Might be real, might not be. March 1st, we'll know. That's going to be happening in this offseason. We got other things going on. New schools moving up to FBS. There's stuff to talk about. So, I'm just trying not to be like everybody else and do a video nobody else has. At least try to. So, thanks everybody for watching. I've run my mouth long enough. I got to start getting going because I'm going to the Storms and I got to head to Tampa, except I got to wait a day to get there. It's New Year's Eve. I'm going to be in Tampa New Year's Day, but I can't deliver till the 3rd. So I'm debating on just spending New Year's Eve and New Year's Day at home, even though I'll be the only one at home because family's somewhere else. So I got to think about that. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's enjoying their New Year's Eve. Be safe New Year's Day. Have a great New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. And please, be safe and be good to each other.